Hello and welcome everybody, I'm Papa Varian and this is Crusader Kings 2 and we return here with Mega Tibet with Senpo Koturi to nobody's surprise. Now we are currently at war with the Mongol Empire, technically speaking, but I decided, you know what, if the goddamn Chinese Empire cannot beat the Mongol Empire, then what it's all worth. You know, at this point, I'm just gonna like ignore this, not actually participate in that war and hope that it goes well. I will show you the most important parts of this playthrough, or rather what remains of this playthrough, but I think we're almost done, if not, you know, this episode. I will do my best to kind of fast forward because we have other dreams, we have other goals. We still need to do the White Hun, for example, which is quite intense. Let's, you know, just see where this episode and where this playthrough goes. Our people in Jiuquan are suffering from a frightening epidemic. Those afflicted by the disease display large buboes and high fever before vomiting blood and dying, some in the middle of the streets, healthy only a few days earlier. Dread is spreading, seeping into the heart of the realm, while our healers are at a loss. There is no cure to the horror wreaking havoc among the populace. The cause of the disease is unknown, and those trying to protect themselves are left to their own devices. Bodies are piling up, ridden with black and rotting limbs. The plague is at our doorstep. That it is, and we do have a really nice hospital here, so I'm not that worried. You know, like, it could be better, slightly better, I suppose, but I think we'll be okay. It might just avoid Tibet altogether. Sometimes it does that, but yeah, it is indeed Black Death time right now. Yep, just as I thought, the Black Death is everywhere except Tibet and India. Now the thing is, as you can see, I'm a bit over the vassal limit. That is because, you know, all the viceroyalties keep falling back, and I am just really hoping that next time, in 10 years roughly, that I can enforce the realm peace. That we're going to be looking at a lot of wars at the same time. Now whether that actually will be the case, I don't know, but it would be splendid. And honestly, it would be the only thing that I can really try here to make this happen. Well, and this is the world in 1452. It's pretty bad, I'll be honest with you. Listen, I don't mince my words, it's pretty bad and I'm to blame for most of it despite not actually being involved in most of it. So, I want to take you through this world. I want to kind of do my mic here, there you go. And I want to take you through this world. I want to explain what happened, what I did. Now there wasn't really much to show when it comes to relevance, you know, of this playthrough. I essentially just did something on the side, you know, I have two monitors. I did something on the other monitor and eventually sometimes just kind of tabbed in and tabbed out of the game just to let the time run out because we do need to, of course, get to 1453. So let's talk about Tibet first, you know, let's talk about where we played the entire time. I did get the achievement that is called Peace in Our Time by taking all viceroyalties at the same time and then handing one out, for example, over here. This is a good tip in general, I guess. I would give this dude or this lady a title, and then whichever vassal went with that title, I would give, you know, another title, another kingdom tier title, for example. All of that worked out. They immediately all declared war against one another. I think I had like 10, 15 wars going at the same time, and we were looking at a situation where I was actually then able to get that achievement. It wasn't very exciting, and I failed to record that, but I hope that you can forgive me. Because we only, after the 1453 achievement is done, we only have 2 more achievements left, but on that in a second. Beyond that, there was this secret Hinduist club that kind of came out of the bushwork at some point, but we really just got rid of them right away. Like, nothing really happened here. Everything was fine. Everybody kept calm. As you can see, my people expanded a bit. You know, we took over China. Of course, China is stable right now under Kun Liezhong. That's good for him. Good for you, Kun, and everybody else was fine. Now, let's talk about the Mongols, because the Mongols, I mean, I don't know. The Mongols, I originally called that Chinese invasion against them, and then they actually defeated that Chinese invasion, and I thought, well, the Mongols are never going to collapse, I guess. And after I, you know, saw that Chinese invasion fail, I said, maybe, you know, whenever I get 5,000 points, I'll try again, and they got a peace deal. And I said to myself, you know what, having a map-spanning Mongol Empire isn't that bad, and then they just collapsed. They all just fell apart. Why did they do that? I don't know. I honestly have no idea what exactly actually happened then. You're not the right one. Karakorum must have been held. Yeah, there you go. Are you still around, Borjigin? Yeah, 21 members. Is there head of the house here? Oh yeah, what do you look at that? Bugunute is interesting. He's feudal. Oh, he is Transoxiana. I did not even notice that. They do still technically exist, as you can see, but their entire empire is gone and has been evaporated. Now, let's talk about whatever this is. So, we had, for a long time, we had the Latin Empire that was not in Thrace at all. It had its capital in Georgia. It held land over here. Like, everything that is Lotharingia was part of the Latin Empire. It had land in Norway. If not, actually, I think all of this land that is now Norway. And then it just disappeared, because I have the setting that makes it so that empires, if they hold nothing in their territory, they just stop existing. And, well, they just stopped existing because they didn't hold anything in Thrace, which is the Euro-Latin Empire. They stopped existing and gave us Bordeaux. And then I said to myself, you know what, I'm bored. I'm going to call an invasion on the Holy Roman Empire. And, well, you know, I don't need to tell you about it. Let's talk about the good borders of this playthrough. We have the Aztec Empire here. They don't even look that bad. And honestly, this right here, Castile, also quite the pretty realm. That's quite neat. That's quite, you know, adorable, I would argue. But beyond that, honestly, everything is hideous. I don't even want to spend too much time looking at this. I will look at the EU4 map. I did, you know, make it. I did convert it. I made it into an EU4 save. But my god, is it hideous. I don't think I'm going to upload it. Now, let's take a look at religions and culture and whatnot. Yeah. Islam is just gone. This is what I always see in 1066. Catholicism just goes on a rampage. You can see that, of course, Orthodoxy also disappeared with the East Roman Empire and the Vasilevs there that held the title last. But, you know, we still have... Oh, actually, they are Paulician? No, they're Orthodox. They just have to fight with a lot of Paulicians, I guess. But there is still, you know, the Aztec Empire brought Orthodoxy down there into Mali. That's good for them. They split at some point. All of this used to be the Aztec Empire. And then, thanks to Gable, kind of, I assume Maghreb and Aztec Empire split. Let's take a look at the cultures, because I think those are a bit more interesting. And much of this is just, like, quite boring, honestly. Nothing really goes on. It's just blobbing everywhere. Now, culture. Now, this is an adventure. We have the Danes down here. We have the Greeks everywhere over here. We have some Nahua as well, as you can see. What else we got? We got some Irish down here. Oh, yep, that's hot. That's really good. We have such a huge chunk of Normans right there. Germans held on. Carintanians held on. We got some Germans down here, apparently. Okay, good to know. Half Berber, half Greek in Sicily. By the way, in CK3. I think it's Berbers, it's Greeks, it's Normans, it's Italians. And it might even be one more that I just forgot, I can't remember. But all of those will form a unique melting pot called Sicilian. That is pretty cool. I'm really looking forward towards that. What else we got? We got a lot of Mongol, of course, but honestly, that's just boring because that's nomads, so that is really cheating. We have a half-split English and a half Anglo-Saxon. Is this true? No, just one province that is Anglo-Saxon. Who's ruling over you? Why are you not the right culture? Danish, right? The Danish are ruling over here. We have some Danish over here as well in London. We have some Welsh everywhere. I mean, actually, they lost this stuff to just a different culture ruler. It is still Welsh. The Scots are ruling over it. A lot of... Oh, God. That's a horrible map. What's going on up here? Nahua, Norwegian. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Nothing too out of the ordinary over there. We have Prussia becoming German thanks to the, honestly, quite aesthetically pleasing Teutonic state, in my opinion. Looks quite neat, you know. Obviously, like, the borders aren't really that attractive, but this technically is part of it. And I think in general, I mean, it's just like real life, so that definitely appeals to me. Bulgars over here, very interesting. Oh, right, I almost forgot. We have Cumans ruling over the Aegean Islands, and this lady is actually Russian, right? I remember looking at that yesterday and just thinking, what the fuck? The Germans also in Crete. Yeah, this is a very strange world, a very disturbing world in many ways. Birdpa hasn't really spread out. I didn't, you know, ever focus in this playthrough on spreading Birdpa. I think that is perfectly reasonable to take a look at that, you know, just as it was practically at game start, I guess. Oh, the Goths are still here. At least 2 out of 3 provinces are Gothic. That is very, very cool. Some German settlers over here as well, some Flach. And I think Slovene is almost dead, so the Slovakians are almost gone. Damn, Hungarian being too strong. And beyond that, I mean, we have Russians in Poland, and they are Russifying Poland. I think this is such a cursed map. Nobody will, you know, be against me when I just leave this behind. And I don't think anybody will be upset that I skipped straight up like 10 years. Those were hideous 10 years. Beyond that, I don't think... I mean, honestly, none of these dynasties we recognize. Absolutely none of them. What a shame this is, by the way, because at some point, Britannia, or rather for the longest time, Britannia was actually held by the de Normandy dynasty, and then in 1348, or rather in 1368, they lost it to George II, the Brute of House de Vassy. What a no-name house. Beyond that, I don't think anything interesting happened. Ooh, look at you. You're German, but you're founder of the dynasty, right? Yeah, he was Polish, that's what I thought. Zangushko. Interesting. Tripimirovich. Oh, that's an old dynasty. They still exist. They actually prevailed. I am impressed. Were they continuously kings? Not exactly continuously, but for quite a long time. Most of the time that Croatia had in this game definitely spent under the Tripimirovich dynasty. At some point, just for the record here, oh. Why? I did not realize this. At some point, the Crusaders got very, very bored, so they went... I think they went for Perm, they went for Chernigov. It's just the classic endless Crusade story. Man, I am so looking forward to CK2, rather CK3, I mean, where you don't just get Crusades every 30 years and at some point they get bored because they overpower everyone. You instead get, you know, well, Crusades whenever the Catholic world requires an armed pilgrimage, so to speak. That is very, very cool. I'm really looking forward to that. And I think those are all the screens that I can show you in CK2. Let's just run this one out. Let's go to 1453, shall we? What a really weird immortal run it has been, eh? What a really weird situation this entire run was. But we are now at the end. And there you go, Survivor. It has popped, and the year 1453, we made it there, from 769, from 867, and from 1066, and in this playthrough, I played 2 characters, god damn it. What a strange playthrough. Gyalpo Kön Sherab Sultrim the Wise, and Senpo Kön Tori the Youthful. Now let's just jump into year 4. Ah yes, everybody's favorite part. Let's take a look at the year 4 conversion of this game. So, do we have an Imperial and an HRE? No, obviously we don't. Let's be real, of course we don't. Do we have classic religious stuff? I guess we're gonna have a huge league war in this world. Not that I'm ever going to play it, seeing as Catholicism is, well, everywhere. And then we have culture. Yeah, there you go. Wait, oh, there's a Danish. Yeah, I was about to say, where's the... Oh, no, they didn't get rid of my Cumans. Look at that. There they are. Oh, I love it. I really do. Germans everywhere right there. Man, I do not enjoy looking at these maps after they're converted. You know that? Greeks, look at that. And of course over here the Inca and the Aztec stand tall. Now we are in Tibet, and as you can see, Guga, our most important vassal, I just randomly handed out vice royalties, so that's how they became that. Guga is our only split off, but they are of course our vassal. Everybody else is directly underneath us. Emperor Turikön, 665, age 372 years. I gotta ask, let's just jump in here because I really want to see if I choose to play as him, and if I unpause the game, will he die immediately? Will he die immediately? Oh, that's interesting. So, we forgot about the fact that Europe exists, huh? Oh, that's hilarious. We just forgot about it, I guess. Look at you. I can't zoom in on a level where I can actually look at this guy. Alright, well, I guess he's just standing too tall. Look at this. There's more troops of ours. Show me my people. Yeah, we just are essentially Tibetan Chinese graphics. That makes a lot of sense. Let me just take a quick look at this. Do we have any... Oh, shit! This ruler has found a way to cheat death and potentially live forever. While immune to disease and old age, they may still die from physical violence. I did not know that they would do that. Oh, that is really cool. EU4 actually knows immortal rulers. That's really cool. I had no idea, and an AI player is not influenced by this personality. Wow, okay, so he will live, he'll be fine. Unite Eastern Tibet, look at this. We are gods at this game, my god. I open it, and we immediately literally can take so many missions because I'm just so good at this game. All province in the Tibet region. Okay, wait. This is going... I'm getting a bit lost here, I guess, but... Ah, okay, so all we would have to do is essentially annex Guga. Which could take a while, I guess, but we are very... I mean, we are large, we're big, we're strong, and who are you? Are you also Guga? Oh, I did not realize that I also gave that to Guga, but yeah, this is a really good starting position. Honestly, I might just play around with it, just because I want to see what it's like to maybe be Tibet and, like, colonize the Americas, that sort of stuff, but... You know me, I don't really play EU4. I will not upload this to the workshop, it's too bad. Sorry to tell you. Now, with that being said, I think it is time that I take my goodbyes, because we are going to leave this playthrough. We are going to leave the third last playthrough in Iron Man in CK2 behind. The next one that we're going to do is going to start the day after tomorrow. It's going to be the White Hun, and after that we're going to move on and do our actual last CK2 Iron Man, playthrough, and that will be for our last achievement, Aladdin. Now, for the moment, I would like to thank the members of the channel that are making videos such as this one possible, namely the Barons Aaron, Stefan, The Richest T, Snarwolf, Emma Marmello, Thomas Mitchell, MFA, Florian Dan, The Murcielago, Jacob, Rex Romanorum, Falling Phoenix, and Eterna. Then, of course, also the Counts, Shifty, Wombat, Kazen, as well as Lachlan, and last but not least, the absolutely beautiful Dukes, Suspicious Duck, Nathan, Jack, Kenneth, Lexo, the newest member, Goodfield, welcome to the club, and then, of course, the beautiful two, Eric and Aiden. Thank you all so much for supporting the channel. It really means the world to me, because this is what keeps it all rolling. And let's finish off CK2's achievement. I want to 100% this thing. Let's do it. I will see you later, alligator.